Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Carl Fitzpatrick.
Well, Cuty Gupta was a qualified dentist in India, but because her dentistry qualification wasn't recognised in Ireland, she inadvertently became a tech entrepreneur. Having founded Cozmotec, Cuty is now helping to fill the knowledge gap that can exist when businesses are managing multiple technologies. Cuty, we will be discussing Cozmotec, but you actually took the long road to becoming a tech entrepreneur.
Morning, Carl. That's correct. So different countries have different rules for medical practitioners. So when I came in here, my qualification wasn't recognized, and I was supposed to give an exam in order to get my qualification recognized. However, Irish Dental Council had a rule that you need to have 3 years of experience before you can sit into exam, and I was 6 months short. So that's why I couldn't sit into exams to prove myself. And I tried multiple things, but then things did not work out. So after 4 years of trying, then I decided to change my career.
So what is Cozmotec and how does it address the knowledge gap which businesses can have when working with multiple technologies?
Yeah, of course. So basically, in my last job, I was working as Director of Technology and Innovation, and I was working firsthand with different teams, different departments, using different systems. And that's where I got a lot of experience in understanding, if you are having multiple tech stack, how can businesses get affected in terms of efficiency, because you have information scattered multiple places and then you're duplicating your work because you have to enter data everywhere. And that's where the idea about Cozmotec came from. So I just realized that in Ireland technology is very, very expensive, and also a lot of businesses cannot afford to have consultants or tech solutions in place because of the different barriers. So I decided to have Cozmotec to make sure that technology is accessible for every business in Ireland, no matter what size they are, no matter how big or how small they are. If they want to grow and they want to transform digitally, my mission is to make sure that, they have some sort of solutions available depending on the budget. Of course, it doesn't just stop in Ireland. The idea is that this is going to be a global company where, any business thinking about digital transformation or having, software solutions to streamline their processes, they should be thinking about Cozmotec.
So talk to us about robotic process automation and how it can be of benefit to businesses.
Robotic process automation is a huge benefit to any business. So think about it. Anything or any processes you're doing daily, that can be automated with the help of robotic process automation. So it's simply you're training a staff member, explaining what you have to do, and that's what we are doing with the technology here. So we are finding out the daily repetitive mundane tasks which has to be done on a daily basis. And then what we do is we train the technology to make sure that, okay, you come in the morning, you have to clear your emails, for example, and you have to go in and save to multiple folders depending on the recipients or depending on who the sender is, for example. That's it. If you have to do that on a daily basis, we can train the system to do that for you so that every morning you come in, this robot is going to come in, have a look at your emails, organize it in a way you want it to be. And that's a simple example. So imagine it can go into that small level, or it can even handle complex processes. For example, you have to fill in a form on different websites and you have to get the information from your emails or your own spreadsheets and whatnot. So again, you can do the same thing exactly. You can run payrolls with the help of robotic process automation because you can have bots which can understand where information in payroll software should go. It can get the information from those places, enter that details into your payroll software and run the payrolls for you. So, yeah.
And as the platforms use both RPA and AI, what level of technical expertise is required of the user to maximize the benefits of these?
To be honest with you, users doesn't need to have that many technical expertise in-house. They just need to know how to trigger the system. It's as simple as clicking a button, to be honest with you. The technical expertise lies in developing the automation, and that's it. And once the users are trained how to use the system, it's as simple as clicking a button.
So are you predominantly working with SMEs, or can these platforms be useful irrespective of the company's size or scale?
Yeah, absolutely. Any business can use it. We have been working with SMEs or startups, and we have been working with Dublin Airport. So that's the scale of, clients, and that's the difference between the clients we're dealing with. So Dublin Airport is one of our clients. They had a problem. We developed a solution for them, to save man hours, and we were able to successfully save at least, 40 to 50 man hours in the program per month for them. So it was just basic solutions. So that's what I mean. Like it depends on, the technologies for every size of business.
So talk to us about Launchpad and why you decided to aim it at a non-tech founder.
Launchpad is a specific product or service offering we have for non-tech founders and who are startups. So imagine if you're a non-tech founder, you have a brilliant idea of a software you want to develop or an app you want to develop, but you have no idea where to start with. It doesn't mean that your idea is not good. It's just clearly you don't know where to start with, and you go and try to find technical people outside Ireland because as a startup you can't afford to have to be paying 50,000, 100,000 euro for an app development, of course. And then because you try to outsource it, there's always a chances that you will find someone. There's no trust factor. You don't know who you're dealing with. You can't meet them face to face. So my idea about Launchpad was that any non-tech founder who doesn't know what technology or tech stack they should use for their business. They don't know how to scope out their product or app idea. They don't know where to start development even. They come to us. We understand their idea. We do the scoping exercise with them to understand what exactly you're trying to develop. We do the MVP, arrange and make sure that, we both or the businesses understand what the minimum viable product is for them. And then we give them an idea and consultancy on what tech stack they should be using and why they should be using this. And then if they need help with development, we do that for them as well.
So what are the future growth plans for the business?
The plan is sky's the limit. And as I said, my mission is to make sure that, Cozmotec, anyone who's seeking for digital tech transformation advice, Cozmotec should be the first name that should come up in their mind. I think we are trying to capture UK market now. So the plan is to capture UK and Europe, and then eventually moving to States and Australia and Canada.
And Cuty, as a person that didn't initially set out to be a tech entrepreneur, what has been the greatest lesson that you've taken from the journey to date? And what advice would you give to aspiring tech founders?
I think the main thing which I would say is persistence is the key. Success doesn't happen overnight. You will have near-death experiences. If you didn't have it, then you're doing something wrong, in short. So keep making mistakes. That's normal. Just make sure that you don't make the same mistakes again and again, and keep learning from your failures because that's how you grow. But yeah, persistence and patience, that's the key.
In terms of product development, what's your roadmap look like in that respect?
The product is already live. We already have almost 700 users on Recruit Pro, which is one of our products. And we are going to have other features added onto it. One of the features which we have added at the moment which is in beta testing, is AI-based reporting. So any data which we have on our product, you can just ask questions and this AI is going to do the maths behind it. So we are investing heavily into that. And we are adding more features. So the idea is that the product is going to be, it's already live. We already have 700 users and we are constantly improving and adding more functionalities to it.
And how are you acquiring clients?
Market research. So what I did was before I started developing a product, I actually sold the product. I don't know if it was a good thing or not, but I did a marketing campaign. I knew there was a market gap, but in order to validate that, I did a marketing campaign. I realized that there is a need for this product. We developed the product, and then it's word of mouth at the moment because, when we are every recruitment industry I'm talking with, there is a gap in this. So it's easy enough for us to get into that because we know there are not many products and there's no Irish-based product who is doing exactly what we are doing.
And how competitive is the market overseas?
It is competitive. They're not. I wouldn't say there are hundreds of different softwares who does the exact same thing. There might be 5 or 7 other different products who are doing somewhat similar to what we are doing, but we are offering much more services or features, and along with that, our pricing is very much competitive.
And what about support from government agencies like the LEOs and Enterprise Ireland?
Oh my God, they are amazing. The amount of support I've gotten from local enterprise office Bengal is unbelievable. I wouldn't be here if there was no support from those guys. I got priming grant. I got a business expansion grant from them. And again, I haven't applied for PSSF funding yet for my product, but I'm pretty sure Enterprise Ireland will be more than, I have spoken to some of the consultants in there, and I'm pretty sure we will be able to get those grants as well. So all the government agencies, everyone who I've been talking to has been really, really supportive. And I cannot thank enough to those guys. So now it's been a really, really good journey in that sense.
Well, if you've just tuned in, that was Cuty Gupta from Cozmotec, and we wish her every continued success with growing her business.
Southeast Radio's Business Matters with Carl Fitzpatrick.